academics for the last generation or so have understood themselves as being kind of superior to everybody else. They don't deign to engage in those sorts of communications. And I strenuously, vigorously disagree with that. So part of my understanding of calling, and it has several dimensions, but part of it is to see myself as communicating to this larger world. So I mean, what does that mean on a practical level? It means, for one thing, I return reporters' phone calls. Many of my colleagues don't do that. I adhere to the discipline of writing op-ed pieces for newspapers, for example, writing book reviews for popular publications, in addition to doing my scholarly work. I think calling is a responsibility. I think the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. And that, I think, entails a certain responsibility to take it beyond myself, take it beyond my own self-interest, and to the best of my understanding, best of my ability, to share that with others. And I love what I do. I love being a professor. I love being a priest. And the two, in my judgment, are complementary, that one feeds the other in very healthy and, I think, productive ways. But I'm also aware of many, many people who wake up in the morning and they dread going to work, and I'm sympathetic to them. I think that would be one of the inner circles of hell, to have to drag yourself to work in the morning, to be so unhappy in one's daily activities. That's unfortunate to me. My father, who was a minister, summoned me to his study for the first and only time. And he and my mother very much wanted me to head directly to seminary after I graduated from college, so I could become an ordained minister. And he put a great deal of pressure on me to do that. And at the same time, I was pretty sure at that moment, at least, that that was not my calling. That was not the direction that I wanted to go. I had other understandings of what I wanted to do with my life, even though they were still rather inchoate. And the hardest thing I've ever done in my life was to say no. That was not what I was going to do. I was literally shaking because I knew I had disappointed him, and it was very difficult. But I had to somehow honor my own integrity and pursue my own way. After I had established myself in the academic world, I did feel a tug. I did feel a calling toward the ministry, and I was able to tell him shortly before he died that I intended to pursue ordination, and I was able to do that. In December 7th, 2006, I was ordained to the priesthood, and my father's was deceased by then, sadly, but I think in some ways he knows, and I think he probably understands.